Hi guys, it's Lita. So I'm going to be doing the Dark Mother tag for Women in Horror Month, and this tag was created by Kweeny Todd. So I will link her channel down below. She, like I said, made this tag, so go check out her answers to this tag. And if you want to do this tag, I will put the tag questions down below in the description, so all that info will be listed down there. So let's go ahead and get on with the Dark Mother tag. So the first question is, what makes a Dark Mother in a horror film for you? And then the next part of it is, why are horror mothers so scary as an archetype? So the Dark Mother in horror for me, like the best example would be Ruth Chandler in Jack Ketchum's The Girl Next Door. Like, it's so scary. She is so horrendous in her abuse of this poor girl. If you haven't seen the movie, like, it's fucked up. It's a fucked up movie, and it's even more fucked up because it actually happened. So I feel like that puts it on like another level of the Dark Mother, because this crazy bitch existed and totally did this horrendous shit to this poor girl. So, and then the second part of the question is, why are horror mothers so scary? So that's the other reason I picked Ruth Chandler in The Girl Next Door, because mothers in general, like stepmothers, mothers, are supposed to be like caring. They are supposed to be supportive. They are not supposed to be abusive. They are not supposed to do terrible things to you while their own offspring watch. Like, the movie, so it is so fucked up. And basically, a mother is supposed to show unconditional love to their child or the person that they're caring for. And there's a lot of mothers in horror. The present one that I mentioned, this applies to as well, that just really drive home the fact that even a mother can be a horrible monster. Question 2 is, what is your favorite unstable mother of horror? Someone who is mentally ill, unraveling during the film's course. Do they portray the Dark Mother convincingly? So my favorite unstable mother is the mother from Goodnight Mommy. If you haven't seen that film, it is another pretty disturbing film. It's like foreign, it's French, I believe. I believe it's a French film. And yeah, it's really spooky because these two boys have an idea that their mother, who's just come back from having major plastic surgery, is not actually their mother anymore. They're like super convinced that it is a complete stranger that has moved back into their house under the guise of being their mother. It's another like a really messed up movie. If you haven't seen it before, I would recommend it. She is extremely unstable in this movie because she does very passive aggressive, and I would consider abusive, acts on her kids. I don't want to go into specifics because I feel like you should see the movie. I think it is a good movie. It's one to check out for sure. But she definitely freaks out in super scary ways as well. And that kind of pushes the narrative that the boys believe that she is not who she used to be. And they kind of do like throwbacks of like what she was like, and they like look at pictures of like what they used to do, and she doesn't do any of that stuff anymore because she's in recovery from her surgery. Anyways, it's a really good movie. She portrays the dark mother convincingly, and she's scary, and she is unstable AF. Question 3 is, which horror mother really disturbed you with her story? Was she abusive? Was she monster, inside or out, a killer with a mother's touch? Okay, so number 3 is going to go to Margaret White, which is the mother in Carrie. So yeah, she was abusive, locking your child in a dark closet and telling them to pray, and then body shaming them. Those are all abusive traits. She was a monster inside and out because she was religious to the point of zealotry, and that nothing good ever comes of a zealot. So that's a monstrous trait as well. Zealotry and religion have caused a lot of awful shit in history. And she was a killer with a mother's touch because she did display motherly traits, kind of. Like, I'd say she did the basic motherly things, what you would classify as a zealot, a religious zealot that is your mother. So following the rules exactly, but also like giving, for the most part, what a child would need. So like a roof over your head, food, you know, a place to, like, she had a bedroom. So she had, like, Carrie had like basics, but like that doesn't excuse the atrocious behavior that her mother had. And then her mother thought that the only way to alleviate Carrie's demons, which was her like telekinesis, was to kill her. So yeah, definitely a killer with a mother's touch. Question 4 is Question 4 is, how about the tragic side of the dark mother? Name a horror mom you kind of felt sorry for despite what happened in the film, and tell us why you picked her. So I picked Grace from The Others. I picked her because unlike some of the other mothers in my list, that she did really care for her kids, despite what happened in the end of the movie. She really had it in her mind to do whatever at any cost to keep her kids safe, which is kind of a major contrast to the 2 other mothers that I talked about, which were basically solely in it for themselves and just worrying about what was going on with them, how it would affect them. Grace was really more focused on what she could do to keep her kids safe at any cost. So that's pretty tragic, considering how the movie is. Question 5 is, who is the goriest, most violent mom ever and why? So I picked she from the Antichrist, and I picked her because you feel bad for her in the beginning because of what she's gone through, but then you realize, like, when she starts doing horrible shit, that she has completely lost it, and she's just diving headfirst into the, like, torture and abuse that she inflicts on her significant other just because she's, like, completely lost it. And some of it's like awful. It's kind of it can be kind of a hard movie to watch. I mean, it's not like a Serbian film or like August Underground, anything of that caliber, but there are some scenes that will definitely induce a visceral response for a lot of people, myself included. Question 6 is, who is the most maternal of horror moms? Who did what they had to do so they could protect their own? So my pick for this is going to be Mama Firefly from, I'm going to put her in 2 movies because she's been in 2 movies. No, I haven't seen 3 from Hell. I'm pretty sure she's not in that. But yeah, so in House of a Thousand Corpses and in The Devil's Rejects, specifically The Devil's Rejects, she's in jail. She's not telling them shit about her family. She's gonna take it to the grave, which is some like hardcore protective mother shit if you ask me. And then in House of a Thousand Corpses, she is going to warn her family and try and keep everything that goes on in that house secure enough within reason for that house to not cause any harm to her family. She's gonna make sure that her family and everyone in her family is accounted for, taken care of, not getting fucked with by the police. So my pick is Mama Firefly. And then the last question is, why is horror the best genre to bracket this heavy subject matter? I don't think that's what the question was. I think my spell check like messed it up, but I'll write the question out for you guys. So horror, I think it's supposed to be tackle. I don't think it's supposed to be racket. I think it's supposed to be tackle, but whatever, my phone hates me. So horror is the best genre to take this on because I feel like there are a lot of movies, especially some of the ones that I mentioned, that go beyond the comfortable envelope of showing a mom as most people think a mom should be. And I think it's a genre that can get away with that. There's a lot of other genres of movies that will not be able to, simply because of the genre that they are in. They're going to be limited because of that, and we don't have that problem with horror because, and it can be a detriment to a horror movie as well, but generally we can get away with showing the evil dark side of a mother with all of its problematic issues, and people will be like, well, it's fine because it's a horror movie, and we're going to get that pass because of the genre that we're in. Whereas other movies that will like just talk about like real life things and not be like segmented into true crime or documentary, they'd be labeled as problematic or just showing too much or not being sympathetic to the mother because of the situation that she's in. Like, some people would see that being problematic as well. So I think that's the reason we get a pass. We can show a lot more than a lot of other genres can get away with. And yeah, that is going to be my answers to the dark horror tag, the dark mother horror tag. Thank you, Kweeny, for making this tag. Like I said, her channel and the questions for this tag are going to be listed in the description down below. So if you want to do the tag, just do the tag. If you did the tag, let Kweeny know. She's got a playlist. She will put you in the playlist. So thank you guys for watching. Please like and subscribe to my channel. Follow me on other social media. My links will be posted in the description box down below. Hit that notification bell so you guys know when I upload. Thanks for watching, guys. Bye.